And we're back with another edition of the Fishing Pole. Well, thanks for tuning in. I have an opportunity today to fish. I got an idea for a video, so come on along and join me. If you can look at the thumbnail. If you've seen the thumbnail, you'll know what this is all about. So I'm kind of curious to see if this is gonna work. So let's do some fishing. So if anybody has walked by produce section, Walmart, Acme, Kroger, Giant, whatever your local food supermarket is, you always seen these things. They're usually mixed in with the kids stuff. These are it's artificial crab. This was a buck, and my mind kept turning here, and I can't help but think if this could be used to catch fish. Now this is this a resealable? I don't think this is a resealable package, but you can always bring a Ziploc bag with you. This is a buck. I mean, worms are like $2 or $3. So if this works, could be a good alternative bait. It is pollock with a bunch of ingredients. It's processed. It might be good for little fish. It might be good for big fish too. So let's get going. All right, so what do we got here? I'm gonna bottom fish first. I have no doubt this will work. I'm gonna try a couple different ways of doing this. If you can see it, it actually flakes really well. I don't know how well it's gonna hold on to the hook here. So I'm gonna double rig this, like so. I mean, in a pinch, you could pretty much throw anything at a fish, and they will eat it, like now. They literally ripped this off. What I'm going to try to do is take this off piece by piece, since there's an awful lot of it. This will wrap around quite well. Unfortunately, it'll probably rip off the hook just as well. Yay. So if you don't get that first strike, you're probably going to miss the bait. But like I said, this stuff is $1. We're not breaking the bank here. And again, if you're in a hurry, you take the kids fishing, and you really don't want to get worms. A lot of times kids are afraid of the worms. So this might be a good alternative, and it feels like there's nothing. All right. Problem with this is, which is pretty apparent, is the fact that it's not staying on the hook too well. That's problem number one. So as far as a viable option, I'm gonna say no. Well, you can't go wrong with a bluegill. Goodbye. So I'm going to try to double and triple wrap this around the hook. I don't have a good alternative to keep this on. You can get creative, but this is like an instant strike bait. Oh, oh, oh. We're moving up in the world. A slightly bigger, old-fashioned, 100% American bluegill. Yay! Yay, America. All right. This does appear to work. So what we're going to try to do when we use this is use small strips at a time, since they're basically ripping it off. And I have a lot of options. This is whelmed. I guess when it's processed, it's whelmed together. So in one little 1-inch section, you do have a lot of options. I'm going to catch a couple bluegill, then we're going to try to move on up the ladder here. So this seems to be a no-brainer. So, Seafood Snackers. It's the name of the bait we were using today. Did it work? It kind of did. They were eating it up. Problem is, it didn't stay on the hook. If you want to see a part 2 to this, let me know, because I have an idea of binding this into a dough bait to see if it'll work. It's a cheap and easy way of making your own bait. Let's stick it to the bait companies and make life a little easier for us. And the other reason why we like Seafood Snackers is afterward you can eat them if you don't catch anything. Yeah, that one's got something on it. I'm not quite sure if I want to eat that, but you get the idea. I'll feed it to the gulls. Seafood Snackers. So, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. This is the fishing pole.